Who has cheated the most in Family Guy? Y'all see by the title, man. Let's get straight into it. Hit that subscribe button, man. I love y'all. Let's go.
Yeah! Who's cheated the most on Family Guy? Yeah, we know that every character crafted by McFarlane's pen could break moral laws at any minute, but within these law-breaking controversial characters, who is the most unfaithful? Starting from the least to the worst, we have number 9, Joe Swanson. Yup, at the bottom of this list is none other than Joe. Although this no-legged officer would do anything to fight crime, he's also rolled his way into temptation this one time. And it all happened in the episode Internal Affairs. Joe busts up this high-terror drug scene, and for the first time in a while, he gets celebrated for this win. The celebration's so big, his boss even
out of all the characters, you wouldn't even expect Joe to be a cheater. That's crazy. But then again, Bonnie does cheat on him, so it kind of makes sense, you know.
Throws him a party. But while everyone congratulates him and makes plans to attend the party, his wife is, well, let's say her reaction to the news isn't the best.
The chief is even throwing me a party tonight.
I don't know if I can take another evening of sympathetic eye contact from all the other wives.
Oh, man.
I kind of feel sorry for her too, but couldn't you try, Bonnie? Ugh. Anyway, it's party time and things are starting to get jiggy. But something happens that throws Jiggy at the window. A police officer named Nora walks up to Joe with a line no one saw coming.
You know how they say never meet your heroes?
Uh-huh.
Well, they don't say anything about kissing them.
Ooh, did someone just turn the heat on?
Ooh. Chat, is that Riz, chat? Chat, is that Riz? Chat, is that Riz? Hold on, what? I've never heard that before. Oh, that's Riz. It gotta be. It has to be.
Better turn it off because this officer's married and noble. Kinda. So Joe turns Nora down, letting her know he's off the grid. Kudos, bro. We're proud of you. Till we're not. At the Drunken Clam, Joe opens up to Peter and Quagmire, the worst friend combo, by the way, about a situation, and trusts the duo to give Swanson the best advice on the planet. Did I say best? Let's change that. Peter and Quagmire give Joe the silliest advice ever. They tell him to get even with Bonnie because of the guy who defied her with this stinky French wiener. To put it simply, they encourage Joe to damn every consequence and cheat on Bonnie. Joe, putting his sense of reasoning and morality to the side, takes their advice. The next day at work, Joe makes a move on Nora, and they wind up in the bathroom for a quickie.
Oh, Joe.
Oh, Nora.
Did you bring protection?
Oh, don't worry. Nothing comes out of the front.
Let's act like...
Folk, what? No way. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Nothing comes out the front. So his little wiener is parallel. Oh, God. You know what? If you made it to this part of the video, man, hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. No more pauses or minimal pauses, because what the fuck?
We didn't hear that. Like that's not bad enough, he breaks the news to Peter and Quagmire at his son's birthday, but that doesn't go so well.
You cheated on me? You bastard!
You bastard.
Turns out there was a baby monitor in the room from which Bonnie overhears the conversation. The result, a hands-down, hypocritically terrifying Bonnie bawling her throat out. For good reason too. In the end, Bonnie never slept with a French guy in Paris, so that made Peter and Glenn's advice baseless. Joe blames his unfaithfulness on Bonnie's recent behavior, but she's still not having it. They both ask for a divorce.
Cation rituals on my body after we have sex. I find it cleanses the immeasurable sadness of having lain with a wretch.
I want a divorce!
You got it!
But in a sudden twist of events, Peter and Lois team up to fix their marriage by recreating the day Joe met Swanson as a stripper.
Honey, I just want to say I'm sorry. I was a real ass, and I miss you.
Bonnie was a stripper? Oh my God, that makes so much sense now. Nobody told me this. This is new lore unlocked. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Alex Griffin. Shout out to Alex Griffin.
I'm sorry, too. I know I haven't been that easy to live with.
I almost said aw when I saw the scene, but marriage fixed or not, Joe let himself slip into the cheating hole. Thankfully, he got caught himself and even felt guilty afterwards. Although Joe has only one confirmed cheating case, the next character is a repeat offender. Number 8, Carter Pewterschmidt. All hail the wealthiest
like father, like daughter, right?
Father-in-law and Quahog. Now, we know Carter is not the best of humans. From seeing broke people as less than human to believing that rules don't apply to him because of his money, this guy is just unbearable. Still, Carter adds one more vice to his pile when he cheats on Barbara.
Familiar.
In Welcome Back, Carter, Peter and Lois pay a visit to Pewterschmidt household. Everything seems fine. Okay, maybe a little bit boring until Peter tries to call Carter in for dinner. But oops, seems like Mr. Carter is already getting a full black-haired Asian meal on his yacht. To make things worse, his excuses are just sick.
Pewterschmidt, you're having an affair? Ew!
No, this is my sister.
Ew!
No, I'm impotent.
Ew! I mean, she looked at me while I did it to myself. Ew!
Okay, ew, but you know how Carter can get. He strong arms Peter to stay quiet, and you can say that was the toughest dinner of Peter's life. Peter survives the stay at Carter's house and returns home without spilling. Not until he goes drinking with his buddies, though. Once Peter reveals Carter's affair, Quagmire suggests something interesting.
My mouth shut.
Actually, you know something, Peter? This could be an opportunity for you.
What do you mean?
Well, Lois's dad is loaded. You could probably get him to pay through the nose to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, True talk. Carter's loaded with money and trouble.
I was about to say shitty advice from Quagmire because you never take advice from Quagmire, but that is smart.
With Quagmire and Joe's support, Peter blackmails Carter into doing the most ridiculous stuff. Stuff like using his bathtub, asking Carter to write catchphrases, and even sending him to cuss at French people.
Hello, France. A good-looking, depressed guy smoking a cigarette is not a movie. And your sirens sound like gay guys having a threesome.
Peter sure has Carter in a chokehold, but the demands didn't stop. When Peter asks Carter for his TV, Peter accidentally spills the beans in front of Barbara and Lois.
Is the best, and he is awesome, and he makes better laser sounds than I do.
Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo. Damn right, you hear that, Lois? And he's not just saying that because I covered for him about his affair.
Of course, Carter is furious. When Barbara asks for a divorce, Carter moves from angry to devastated. But his son-in-law steps in to remind Carter of the joys of bachelorhood. However, this still doesn't go well.
Fetch me a John Barrymore and soda and 3 Myrna Loys for the women.
Excuse me?
What the hell is your problem, you jerk?
Niggas racked up with the 3 biddies, bro. Hey, man, money talks, right? Am I right? Like, am I right? Shut up, okay.
What? Does he belong to somebody else?
How can it with that disgusting racist attitude? Carter eventually realizes his mistake and apologizes to Barbara, promising to never cheat on her again. But in Carter and Trisha, that promise evaporates into thin air. Out of the blue, Carter buys Pawtucket Brewery to diversify his income. And of course, this spells hell for Peter. Alongside adjusting to unreasonable demands from his father-in-law, he overhears a chilling conversation.
Mr. Pewterschmidt, what you're ordering is illegal.
I don't care about that. I want our beer cans made from the cheapest material possible.
But sir,
What about those metal toilets where prisoners make wine?
Pewterschmidt is the most.
Every typical capitalist that ever exist. Yeah.
I tell you. Peter, who has no problem fighting a giant chicken through space and time, somehow recognizes the danger of Carter's suggestion and tells the reporter, Trisha Takanawa, Trisha instead of the FDA. But when Trisha tries to get the gist from the horse's mouth, Carter is mesmerized.
Porter.
Okay, maybe this guy just has a thing for Asian ladies. 1 minute Carter's taunting
so.
Peter as his new boss, and the next he's calling Trisha the love of his life. But Carter's a married man, remember? So where's Barbara in all of this?
What about Mom? Where is Mom?
The sanitarium.
The sanitarium?
Yeah, I told her I was leaving her and she freaked out for no reason.
Putting your wife in a mental institution so you can have some fun, that's unfaithfulness on another level. But if you think Carter's cheating actions are brutal, this next character would leave you feeling so...
You put your wife in a mental asylum just so you could go cheat. This man is 100% committed to the plot. I salute.
Sorry for their partner. Number 7, Barbara Pewterschmidt. Yep, Babs, wife to ever-repelling Carter Pewterschmidt.
That's crazy.
But it might shock you to learn that Barbara Pewterschmidt's got a few secrets of her own. In The Fat Guy Strangler, we see the traumatic effects of Barbara's cheating. In this episode, Lois sees an old family portrait and discovers that she has a brother.
Bro.
That's weird.
The fuck was that?
I didn't know you had a brother.
I don't. I mean, I don't think so.
Of course, this is beyond news for her. After confirming from their family records, Lois sets out to meet her long-lost brother, Patrick Pewterschmidt. But it turns out...
Is my brother really insane?
Mrs. Griffin, we don't use the word insane. We prefer the term mentally hilarious.
Turns out he's in a mental institution?
hilarious, okay.
Interesting. But what's even crazier is how Patrick ended up in the asylum to start with. Happens that Barbara slept with Jackie Gleason and Patrick just happened to walk in on the site. If you wondered how Barbara is worse than Carter on
No
this
way.
list, here's your answer.
No way. Let's go
Walking
back.
on the site.
Yo, Shorty just on all fours. Nah, on both knees, just ready to go crazy. Go to town. Folk, this is insane, bro. I probably would be traumatized if I see my wife do this. Or even my mom. Or anybody that I know in general. Family, dog. I think this is the time we cut ties. I'm signing that divorce paper immediately. Like, what the fuck, bro? Fuck around just disown me too. What the fuck? Hey, man. Shout out to all you niggas that ever got cheated on, man. It's rough out there, but you know. Still holding strong, man. Don't fold. You got this, man. You got this.
Right. If you wondered how Barbara is worse than Carter on this
That's
list,
crazy as
here's
fuck.
your answer. How do you cheat on your husband in front of your child, then watch him get tossed into an asylum after being traumatized by the sight? That's a top-tier family disaster.
Yeah,
However, this is not the only time Barbara has thrown Carter's trust in the mud. In Peter Erotica, Barbara displays her most calculated betrayal. In this episode, Peter writes an erotic novel. Yes, Peter, that goes viral. So viral that one guy listened to the audiobook while driving and got into a horrible accident.
Or maybe some kind of Spanish.
Oh yeah, getting hot in here. I better take my shirt off.
Oh no! What? Oh, okay.
The result? The publisher of the book has to take the fall. And guess who's the publisher? Carter Schmidt. Because of Peter's foolery, Carter ends up a broke man, and like you might have guessed, bro's having a terribly hard time being poor. This is where Barbara comes in. More like, goes away.
Mom left you?
Yeah, she ran off with Ted Turner. God only
Ted
knows what they're
Turner.
doing.
Should we give Elmo a bat?
Yeah.
Should we give Telly a bat?
Yeah.
Imagine leaving your husband for another man because he's broke. Now that's what you call first-class unfaithfulness. Later in the episode, Barbara divorces Ted Turner, wins over
Women.
court, and returns to Carter so they are rich again.
Darling,
Bab, sweetheart!
honey, we're rich again. I divorced Ted Turner and took half his money. We own half of CNN
Hey!
Oh shit!
and TNT.
Neat.
If that's not disturbing, I don't know what is. But while Barbara betrayed her husband, our next character specialized in something even worse, betraying his best friends. Number 6, Glenn Quagmire.
Oh my God.
For number 6, we've got the man who wears the steamy hot crown in Quahog, none other than Quagmire. Although you might wonder why he's on the list since he hardly commits to any
The freakiest motherfucker in the world. The freakiest, guys. Bro, freakier than the freakiest freak in the world, bro.
of his flings. He's number 6 because he cheats on the one thing he pledges commitment to, his friends. In the Cleveland Loretta Quagmire, Quagmire drops his first strike. While on a free yacht hangout with Peter, family, and friends, Quagmire tries fishing at sea. But somehow, his first catch lands in a rather interesting place.
Okay.
You go in and get that. Show that fishy who's boss.
Loretta, they have some of that 3-bean salad you're so fond of. Hey, Quagmire.
Wait, Cleveland, you really didn't see that?
What
Anyway,
the
Quagmire
fuck?
retrieves his catch from between Loretta
In front of your face and you're not saying anything. He definitely sits at the chair. Y'all know what the chair is.
Loretta's boobs, but it doesn't stop there. Loretta invites him for more. But instead of resisting the temptation, Quagmire jumps at the offer and keeps doing it with Cleveland's wife, not until Peter and Brian walk in on the daytime atrocity.
Peter Griffin
Yo.
temporarily suspended CPR. Holy crap.
Imagine tossing bro code in the
Yo.
trash for a few minutes of pleasure. Quagmire's got no limits or shame, to say the least. When Cleveland tries to beat him up, Quagmire acknowledges his fault and swears to choose his friendship over his lust. Doesn't stop Cleveland's marriage from hitting the rocks, though. But in the next instant, giggity giggity, Quagmire forgets his promise and betrays another friend. In April in Quahog, it's suddenly the end of the world, and with this end came a lot of drama. From Mayor West cussing out at Orion to Jesus electrocuting Mort Goldman, Quahog was on chaos overdrive. But in the apocalyptic dilemma, you can imagine what Quagmire's last wish was. See for yourself.
The fellas, I'm a virgin, Joe. I don't want to die a virgin. Help me, please. Let me have sex with Bonnie.
I guess so. For my...
No, Joe. No, Joe. No, bro. No, bro. And I was talking about Cleveland sitting on the chair. He already has a chair that he has to sit on. So he has no choice but gotta have some type of integrity, man. Come on. That's your wife, dude.
My friend, on our last day on Earth.
You're a good man, Joe Swanson.
That was your first time?
Wow, just wow. Manipulating your best friend to believe you're a virgin is one thing, having sex with his wife is an entirely different ballgame.
That was your first time?
Oh, I've had sex lots of times. I just wanted to have it again.
And to think that Joe thought it was okay to let Quagmire sleep with his
Ew.
wife like that, wonder where his detective skills went. But when you think about it,
Who else but Quagmire?
Well, Diane.
brace yourself though, it gets crazier than that. When Peter suffers from amnesia this one time, Quagmire seduces Lois and almost sleeps with her.
I think I can make it from here. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa.
whoops. Professor Klutz, the doctor is in.
Even Brian is not left out of the friendship betrayal. Although the two are sworn enemies, Quagmire pushes the line to the moon when he sleeps with Brian's girlfriend, Carolyn.
Quagmire.
Cleveland, close the window. You're letting the stank out.
What makes Quagmire's betrayals disturbing is that they weren't just crimes of passion, these were conscious choices to put his sexual gratification over his friendships. And he did it to all his friends. At least Quagmire's behavior is expected, but when the lovable idiot of the group starts cheating, you know there's zero hope for morality in Quahog.
Damn.
Number 5, Peter Griffin. By my standards, this guy should get a whole dumbass show, and here's why. He gets away with literally everything he does on the basis of being dumb. Bro can crash a house, kill thousands, and even destroy the world with his foolishness, yet nobody holds him accountable, and it's no surprise when he gets away with having an affair. In Big Man on Hippocampus, Peter and his family join a family feud competition. Is when he gets away with
Since when? Okay.
having an affair.
Whatever.
In Big Man on Hippocampus, Peter and his family join a family feud competition. At first, things seem to ride smoothly with the Griffins on the winning end. But once the tables are turned and they get kicked out of the show, Peter turns violent and so does the presenter.
What about my cave in the yard? What about my cave in the yard?
Get your hands off me. I served in the fictitious military.
With one swift blow to Peter's gut, he blacks out and loses his memory.
What happened?
One blow?
Where am I? Who are you?
I'm Lois.
Lois who? Who the hell am I?
Yeah, someone had to do that. But this newfound amnesia came in with a rebranded level of stupidity. After learning how to do it again with Lois, Peter realizes something profound.
Who the hell is she?
She's the woman I'm gonna have sex with tonight.
Why stay faithful, huh? Really profound discovery. So your pot-bellied bestie brings home a chick and dumps his family for a night with her. Amnesia or not, bro's sense of reasoning is just the barest minimum. In Take My Wife, Peter rubs Lois's face even deeper in the mud. I mean, even the episode's title should tell you something. Here, Peter mushies up to Quagmire's temporary partner Kimmy during a couple's counseling trip.
Yeah, you guys should definitely come. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome.
This guy doesn't give two shits about how Lois feels at times like this, and it just makes him more unbearable. It's so bad that when he gets paired with Kimmy for a practical, Peter's more than excited about it.
You're awesome. You're so funny.
Hey, Kimmy, I'll pay you
Put the racks on
$1,000
them.
for one whole handful of your butt. For 2 handfuls, I'll give you
Peter completely disregards his wife and ignores her for Kimmy throughout the trip. Ugh, if Lois ever decides to dump Peter for good, I'll show up as a willing witness. But while Peter's infidelity was often excused as accidental, our next character's affair was so devastating that it literally ended a marriage for good. Number 4, Loretta Brown. Loretta Brown holds a very special position in Family Guy history. Her affair not only broke her marriage, but it also caused a major spin-off into a brand new show. In the early seasons of the show, Loretta Brown sure had a solid spot as Cleveland's sassy and somewhat dismissive wife. Not with the condescending she always had at the tip of her tongue. If you're sure of one thing, it's the blatant disrespect for Cleveland. So this perfectly sets the tone for her betrayal in the Cleveland Loretta Quagmire. We've seen Quagmire's POV, but what about Loretta's attitude to the situation?
Oh, you gonna have to reach into the cookie jar.
Well, I can't just, you're my best friend's wife. Reach in there. All right.
Yeah, you go in and get that. Show that fishy who's boss.
While Quagmire has the reputation of being ridiculously crude, Loretta really pulled a lever by inviting him in instead of resisting. So Loretta's number 4 on the cheating scale for 2 reasons. 1, you could perhaps excuse Glenn because he thinks with his junk before his brain, but Loretta, she knew what she was doing. Her betrayal was intentional and mean as hell. 2, when Quagmire realized the gravity of what he did, man was sorry as hell, or at least he tried to make up for it.
Someone has harmed me.
I'm sorry, Cleveland.
But Loretta was the exact opposite.
It was unforgivable. This marriage is over.
Well, that's just fine, Cleveland, because I am through being your wife.
Well, I may not be perfect.
She had 0 remorse, 0 apologies, and an insult waiting for Cleveland. Cleve's got no balls, but I'm glad he didn't tolerate this one.
Damn, Shorty's just stuck. She's just going. She's just a thought going. Just like, God damn, bro. No type of regard. Fuck, I'll probably crash out too, because what the fuck do you mean, dog?
Fear stung so badly, McFarlane used it as the perfect background story to create another show. Well done, ex-wife Loretta Brown. Your actions ended a marriage, but at least you weren't hypocritical about it. This next character preaches about morality, then proceeds to break it the very next instant. Number 3, Brian Griffin. Brian Griffin likes to portray himself as the most intellectual, sophisticated, morally conscious person on Family Guy. He's the kind of guy you look at and say, oh, he wouldn't do such a thing. But in reality, Brian breaks your expectations and more, including his relationships. But Brian's most despicable act of infidelity happens when Brian's got a brand new bag. In this episode, this dog tries his luck yet again at dating. After Peter bashes the car of a pretty young lady, Brian sees this as an opportunity to ask her on a date.
Well, maybe you can help me out.
What's that?
I have a dinner reservation for 2 tonight at Dominic's, and it's just me.
I see your problem. I think I might be able to help.
Ooh, nice line for Nicole. However, the mood is ruined when Brian shows up at Nicole's house, but she already ditched him for another date. But trust Brian, man's the master of opportunities, so he latches onto Nicole's mom, Rita, and they start dating. Sounds sweet, right? Until it isn't. Turns out Rita's 50 years old and the Griffins won't stop taunting Brian about it.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you can taste it.
Hey, you know what we haven't done for a while? Go around the table and everybody says what year they were born.
Still, Brian's
fuck?
determined to make it work with Rita. He asks her to marry him and she agrees. To celebrate, they get in bed to consummate their engagement, but the night doesn't go as planned.
Was that your boob?
No. I think I broke my hip.
Oh my god, what should I do?
Call the number on my bracelet.
Did Rita...
This is why you don't fuck with the odors, man. They're a little too fragile. That you might fuck around, pop a lung.
Just break her hip? Yep, she sure as hell did. Brian takes her to the hospital where she has to get surgery and stay in bed. Now, Brian's suddenly become her caretaker. How does this morally upright dog react to this?
You want to have sex in the bathroom?
Oh gosh, what a treat. Yes, I would like that.
Of course. Who wouldn't? I would.
He gets laid. After pledging to stick with Rita no matter what, Brian jumps to the first girl who offers a quickie in the bathroom. Bravo, Brian. All it took to get you wagging your tail at another woman was a constipated fiancé.
Were gonna make me constipated. Right they were.
Okay.
I am plugged up.
No.
If you blame his infidelity on Rita's illness, what about the times when he's disregarded both friendships and the institution of marriage? This one time, Brian kept sleeping with Tori, a married woman, even after knowing she was married.
Sell lawnmowers.
Wow, he really has no idea. Hey, want to take a shower with me?
Sure.
Oh shit.
Man, this is a pretty sweet gig.
Let's not forget when he jumps on an offer to smooch with Bonnie Swanson.
Bro, Bonnie just be going, bro. She's just going.
I'm sorry, I didn't...
This dog even takes things under when he makes a move at Meg.
No way.
To crown it, the intellectual dog has always had a huge crush on Lois. It's so intense that he even confesses his feelings to Lois while on vacation with the husband and wife.
And to me also sorrow, for circumstance had bound her to my best friend, through whom we met in the warmth and serenity of her home.
See why he's number 3? Other cheaters acknowledge their sin, but Brian? This guy says one thing and does another. But if you think Brian's hypocrisy is bad, this next character went from devoted wife to serial cheater before we knew it. Number 2, Bonnie Swanson.
Oh my
In the earlier
God.
seasons of Family Guy, we know Bonnie to be a really
The raging thought. That's what we know her as. What the fuck?
sweet wife who has zero problems changing Joe's diapers and running the household. In later seasons, however, she seemed to have peeled off the good housewife skin, flaunting her disdain at Joe in front of everyone. What's worse, she had had affairs, too many to count on one hand, starting with what happened in The Heartbreak Dog. At the 46th birthday party, Bonnie cries her eyes out because of how terrible her life had become. Apparently, she's having a hard time caring for her paraplegic hubby. Brian walks in on the side and offers what he's good at, unsolicited comfort. But this consolation quickly led to a sizzling hot kiss.
You're a good girl. You're gonna be okay.
Bonnie is kind of hot though. I'll be honest. Like, she's pretty bad. She's pretty bad, yes. Hey! I said what I said.
Yo, striking it hard with your neighbor's dog, that beats me too. At first, she reins it in, but after Joe confronts Bonnie about the affair, she elopes with Brian to start a new life together.
We both do. You know what? Let's get out of here.
This is just all shades of unsettling. In another episode, Joe becomes totally paralyzed after an accident during a bull run with the group. Once Dr. Hartman declares her husband paralyzed, Bonnie walks away with Susie, dropping every hint that she's moving on.
I'm leaving Joe and moving to Europe. I didn't sign up for this.
Buddy, wait! God, this is awful.
In Foreign Affairs, Bonnie joins Lois on a trip to Paris, but when Lois drafts up a to-do list for the vacation, Bonnie spills her real reason for going to Paris.
I came here to have an affair.
An affair? With who?
Anyone?
My God.
With just anyone? Well, true to her words, Bonnie throws signals at any guy who passes a look for her way. She takes it as far as inviting another guy into her and Francine's hotel room.
Look, Lois, don't make a big deal about it. I just needed a change from Joe.
Bonjour.
Lois, this is Francois.
Oh, you're serious.
Not just that, when this guy asks her to stay back in France, she really considers the offer. Remember when she dumped Joe to go to Europe? It was this guy she wanted to meet. Like that's not enough, Bonnie has shamelessly admitted to Lois that she once had an affair with some guys she met on the internet.
I had an affair once.
You had an affair?
It wasn't anything sordid, just some guys I met on the internet.
No words, man. Perhaps it's true what Quagmire said about Bonnie.
Oh, Brian's a complete dick, we all know that. But I think we're losing sight of the point that Bonnie's a weird slut who's always letting you know she's open for business.
Now, all she wants to do is kill her husband at the slightest chance. But if you think Bonnie's transformation is shocking, wait till you see who really wears the crown when it comes to cheating. Number 1, Lois Griffin. Now,
it's probably because of the way she carries herself. Me personally, I think Bonnie's like more of a thought, but Lois probably, I don't know. We're about to find out. Hey man, if you made it to this part of the video, hit that subscribe button right now. We're almost at 1,000 subs. Let's go.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the top of our list. And at number 1, we've got a character who's cheated with a president, a teenager, her husband's best friends, and pretty much anyone else who crossed her path. This woman preaches family values while destroying them behind closed doors. She's the undisputed champion of infidelity and quahog. Let's welcome Lois Griffin. You think my intro is dramatic? Wait till you see a rundown of Lois's escapades. Starting with her most remarkable, hitting it off with the president. In Bill and Peter's bogus journey, Peter hangs out with President Bill Clinton after helping him fix his car. But surprisingly, this new friendship is a bad influence on Peter.
All right, I'm starved. Let's do it.
Who's there?
Oh crap, go, go, go!
With such immense damage to Peter.
Bro got a blunt in his hand.
Who's there?
Oh crap!
What the fuck?
Go, go, go!
With such immense damage to Peter's already damaged personality, Lois cannot stand it anymore. So she storms the president's hotel room to give him a piece of her mind. But instead of a warning, she leaves a piece of underwear instead.
Oh my god.
How does one move from being reasonable to being crappy in 1 minute? I'll tell you. In Ghost Do We Go, Meg finally lands a guy who looks hot. Hot and fine in the head, and like you'd expect, the whole of Quahog is beyond shocked to this news. But amid the shock, Lois does the unthinkable. Take a look.
Oh my god, that's kind of hot.
No fucking
I bet
way.
you taste like Mountain Dew.
Yep, Mrs. Griffin starts fantasizing about her daughter's boyfriend, Anthony. But it doesn't stop there. When Meg leaves the house, Lois comes on to Anthony and they hit it off. When Meg returns to witness the abominable sight, Lois blames it on Grape. Crappy cop-out, by the way. Cause what is this middle-aged woman doing with a teen? The crazy stuff. But our number 1 keeps raising the infidelity bar. In Big Man on Hippocampus, she meets Richard Dawson during Family Feud. You need to see what her reaction was.
Folk, I was not expecting that. What?
Was.
Bro, no way, bro. Yo, Lewis is insane. Yo, in front of the family.
Wait, how does Peter see this and not do anything? And Lois comes out of her shell, Lois sees Justin Bieber, and it's safe to say she went wild.
Okay, just get your pants off, hon.
Stop right there. Get away from her.
Yeah, wild with desire. In the new adventures of Old Tom, Lois lusts after the new Channel 5 Quahog news reporter.
In his studio above the Petco to see if I want a namaste for the whole class.
I guess he's handsome and funny.
But despite how crazy these instances are, perhaps nothing beats this one time when Lois marries Brian after thinking Peter's dead. Without confirming, she gives in to Brian's advances and marries him.
Come here, sweetheart.
Wait, Peter, there's something you should know. I'm not quite sure how to tell you this, but I got remarried.
What?
But once Peter shows up, she ditches Brian and sleeps with Peter.
Bro, Shorty's just going.
Imagine cheating on 2 men in 1 episode. Now that's unhinged. When it comes to being unfaithful, Lois beats everyone in this match and proudly walks away with the trophy. This woman would break anyone's heart to satisfy her desires. What's more, she'll give you a sermon right after. If you think the most unfaithful Family Guy characters are the worst, wait till you see the 7 levels of Family Guy characters.
Folk.
Oh, I do hope so.
That was a very interesting watch. But nah, if you made to the end of the video, hit that subscribe button. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Personally, I would have said Bonnie, because, like, you know, I feel like it's a lot more shit Bonnie did that we don't even know about. But, you know, since the show is a little bit more centered on the Family Guy family, the Griffin family, they document more of, you know, Lois. But in my opinion, Bonnie is going. Even though Lois might be an unhinged thought, but it's cool. We don't even talk about it. But now hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It's been your boy Ifani. I'm gonna catch you on the next video, man. Deuces.